Good morning, friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis, where I am journeying through my 40s. And y'all, I'm working so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today, oh man, I failed. Today is Friday, May the 9th, and we are going to be working on my financial health. We are going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head, $2,322.75. And we are going to be doing that in the app that you see surrounding me. This is an app called YNAB, which is You Need a Budget. Now that I am beyond that spiel, that's my intro. Welcome. Welcome. If you're new, I say that every week. And if you're not new, thanks for sitting through that every week. I appreciate you. Y'all, I have been dealing with some sinus crud this week. I haven't been feeling well. And my brain is kind of like in a fog. So if I'm a bit loopy, I'm sorry. I think I'm finally starting to come out of it, but it's that annoying sickness, like, and I know I've said this before, but it's that annoying kind of sick where I'm like, I'm not sick enough to like stay in bed and not go to work and not do anything, but I am sick enough to wish I could do that. So that's where I'm at. And I've been craving oatmeal, so I had some oatmeal like delivered to my house. But I'm out of like big enough bowls to make it in the microwave, so I made it in this giant bowl today. So it looks like I just have like this, looks like I'm making something. I'm not. This is just my oatmeal. So I have a giant bowl of oatmeal sitting here next to me today. That's what I'm eating for breakfast is oatmeal. I also had it for breakfast yesterday and for dinner last night because, oh man, I've just wanted nothing but oatmeal lately. I just don't feel good, and oatmeal sounds amazing. We don't have a ton to budget, and I didn't have a lot going on this week. If you follow me on my health vlog, you'll see that my boys were here. My great nephews were here this last weekend. Joe helped me plant some flowers. They are still alive, and I am so impressed that they are still alive because I don't know if you could tell from that video, but when I asked him to help me break the roots up, he just grabbed the bottom and ripped the bottom of the like plants off, like all the roots. He ripped the bottom of all the roots off. And then he thought, oh, now I know what to do. And he just kept doing that before I could stop him. So I was sure they were all going to die, but they're still alive. So I'm happy to report that those flowers are still alive. I'm not sure how long they will last. Sorry, my sinuses really hurt, like really bad in the back of my head. So if I do this, I'm sorry. um, so we'll see how long they last. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe that's what I should start doing. Maybe that's why all my flowers die all the time. I don't rip the roots off of them. And maybe I need to start doing that. Um, I really just bought them because I knew they were coming and he loves to be outdoors. So I was like, what can I get to do with Joe outside? And so I went to Lowe's and bought some flowers. And he loved doing it. And then he kept wanting to go outside and look at them and say, I made that. I made that. He was so cute. Um, anyway, I loved spending time with them. And then Joey, their dad, called me last night and asked if I could watch Ellie, sweet Ellie, my great niece who's a couple months old, this afternoon. Um, that the boys, I told him I can't watch the boys during the day while I'm working because I can't chase them around the house. I have to like be able to focus on work. But the baby is just a couple of months old. She's not going to be running around. So I can either hold her or she can sit in her car seat. She's not going to be running around. So I can watch her while I work. So I'm going to get to see her for a little bit this afternoon. And then tomorrow, this Mother's Day is this weekend. And so I did not get to go see my mom last weekend because I was not feeling well. I woke up Sunday morning feeling like with this crud coming on. And so I texted my nephew, my youngest nephew who lives in, like, he does a lot for my mom. He's 17. And I asked him, I was like, no pressure if you have plans or if you don't want to, because I haven't mentioned this to grandma yet, but every time I mention Estancia, which is that Brazilian steakhouse, to grandma, she gets really like, sounds like she really wants to try it out. So I was thinking maybe that's something I could do for her for Mother's Day. If you would bring her in, I'll pay for your lunch. And so he asked what it was, and I sent him a link to the place, and he said, yeah, he would like to do that. So he is going to bring my mom in tomorrow and we're going to go to Estancia. So I'm going to be moving some money around from a couple of categories that have money left over. I did the math yesterday on a sticky somewhere. There it is. There's my sticky. Where I did the math of what I need to move around to cover 3 meals at Estancia for their brunch prices for tomorrow. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my mom to Estancia for Mother's Day, and my nephew, because he's going to bring her in. And that's what we're going to do for Mother's Day. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be, my mom's been wanting to go to that, and so I'm excited to be able to take her. So these are my plans for this week. Today I get to see Ellie. Tonight, Nathan's got another late night at work. I'm not doing anything. I don't feel good. I'm gonna, like, all week this week, I've just been calling it, going to bed early, like, seriously, clocking off of work, eating dinner, going to bed. Like, sometimes I take a shower, sometimes I don't even take a shower. Sometimes I just go straight to bed all week, every night. Last night, I responded to comments. Like, I forced myself to respond to comments because I haven't responded to comments in so long, and I feel really bad. I love talking to y'all, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm ignoring you. So I appreciate all of your comments. I really do. And I read them. I just don't always respond to them. So I didn't want to go another day without responding to your comments. So last night I sat up and I responded to comments, and then I went to bed, which is why I didn't take a shower last night. I got up and took one this morning, which is why my hair is still wet. But anyway, tonight's not going to be any different. I think I'm just going to go to bed after work. I'm just not feeling well, but I want to be able to go spend the day with my mom tomorrow, enjoy it, enjoy Estancia, be able to taste it, like, because the sinuses are not fun. I don't know. Do I get sick more often than normal? I don't feel like I do, but maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. It's like I'm not sick. I just don't feel good. Stupid autoimmune diseases, annoying, messing up my whole plans. Okay, shall we budget something, y'all? Do y'all want to do some budgeting? Let's do some budgeting. Okay, I'm gonna shrink myself down into that corner over there. I gotta get used to pointing in the direction because I moved where I moved me. Okay, here we go. I only have one bill. So this money right here is my paycheck, and then the rollover from last week. The rollover is only like $150, and then my paycheck. So what I have to do for Estancia, I am all of this week's dining out money, the leftover money from last week's dining out, my leftover groceries is going to dining out. $20 from this week's ecclesial. This week's coffee money, because I didn't actually use my coffee money last week because I just didn't feel good. So I didn't go to the gym. So I didn't go get coffee. I just really didn't leave the house this week. So I didn't go get coffee at all this week. Nathan got me coffee one day this week, but he paid for it. So I have not used my coffee money at all from last week. So this week's coffee money I'm going to put toward Estancia. So I'm going to put all of my usual 50 in here. The leftover from last week, my leftover groceries. I am going to fill my normal grocery money because I do need to go grocery shopping. I'm going to put my $20 for my dining out. I'm not going to go out for a meal after church this week. I'm going to put my $60 for my donation in here. But the $20 that I would normally put for a meal out, I'm going to put that toward taking my mom out to lunch. I'm going to put the $25 for coffee. And then the rest of it, I'm going to cover from gifts and giving when we go out. So I figured the price of the meal is $43 per person, plus tax, plus tip. It should be about $175-ish. So this plus like $40 from gifts and giving should cover me for the meal. So that's where I'm going to pull this money from. I was planning to use gifts and giving for Mother's Day anyway. So I was planning to use about $50 from gifts and giving for Mother's Day. this is what I am going to do. So that is that's my plan. And then I can take my mommy and now my nephew to lunch for Mother's Day. So now I have filled, while I was doing that, my dining out, my groceries, my ecclesial expenses. I'm not going to fill coffee because I still have money from last week. Fun money. Okay, so last week, because I did not go to church last week because I was sick, I moved my ecclesial donation I moved some of it to fun money because I decided to buy some extra credits for Audible. There was a book series I wanted to purchase, and then I used some of it I moved it to YouTube expenses because the Budget Mom had her investing for beginners course on sale, and I wanted to purchase that. So I did. I have not listened to it yet because my brain is not functioning properly, and I want to be able to understand what I am listening to, but I do want to take that course. So I purchased that course and I will listen to and take because I want to learn how to invest. And I like the Budget Mom. I like her way of teaching. So I did purchase her course. So I used some of the money to purchase some extra credits on Audible, and I used some of that money to purchase the course, and then I put the rest of it back into my budget. So that is what I did. But I'm going to put $15, my normal $15 into fun money. It is a paycheck week, so I give myself $25 for gas and $25 for self-care. And that's it for my normal every week expenses. I don't need to fill pet expenses. That should be plenty for the month. Household, that should be plenty. YouTube expenses I've already filled because, like I said, I had already filled it, and then I put my extra money in here last week to cover the price of that that course. Stuff I forgot to budget for, I don't fill. The only bill I have this week that is due is my Microsoft. It is $10.81. And then this paycheck, this budgeting week for me goes from today the 9th through next Thursday the 15th. So that is the only bill that I have. The next bill that is due on the 17th, which will be in my next week's budget cycle. So I will fill that next week when you come back. I realized this week when I was looking at my gifts and giving that I didn't fill holiday giving this month. I don't know how I missed that. I'm guessing I filled it and then somehow took it out. So I am going to go ahead and put my $100 for holiday giving in here. Not sure how I missed that. And then the only other thing that we have to fill today is my savings. So I am putting $150 into my mom's car insurance. So this will get me caught up to where I need to be for when my mom's next I'm doing it 3 months for my mom. So my mom's next 3-month plan hits in June, I think is when they're going to take out the next installment for my mom's car insurance. And then every paycheck, I save my great nephews and my great nieces' ages. So I mentioned my great nephews, they came to see me last weekend, and my great niece is coming to see me today. Joe is 2, Jet is 1, and Ellie is just a couple of months old. So Joe, I save his age every week. So that's $2 every week. Since I am paid bi-weekly, that is $4 every paycheck. Jet is 1, so that is $1 every week, $2 every paycheck. And Ellie is a couple of months old, so I save $1 every week or $2 every paycheck. So that is how I save for them. And that leaves me $1,708.84 to roll into next week. Since I am paid bi-weekly, I won't have a paycheck to budget next week. So I have to roll this into next week so I will have something to budget with next week. I have a category called next week. I'm going to move this down here, $1,708.94. 94. And we're done, y'all. Short and sweet today because I've got to get Mr. Charlie ready to go and get his shot, and I'm gonna go eat my oatmeal. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend planned. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms, aunts, grandmas, bonus moms, everybody who stands in the place of a mom. We appreciate you and we love you so much. The world would be much poorer without you in it. So thank you. And if you are without your mom this weekend, I hope you treat yourself to something special. Go out, do some self-care, or go do something special for somebody else who maybe doesn't have a mom or is a mom and doesn't have a child. Maybe do something for them. But we love you. I love you. And thank you so much for being here. I will talk to you all on Sunday when I post my vlog. Bye, guys.